Shipping has historically been a male-dominated industry, and that tradition runs long and deep. However, through its global program on the integration of women in the maritime sector, IMO is making a concerted effort to help the industry move on from that tradition and to help women achieve a representation within it that is more in keeping with the 21st century expectations.
The IMO program is called the Integration of Women in the Maritime Sector, integration being the key word. This program is the foundation of the way IMO implements MDG 3 through the provision of fellowships for training and the establishment of regional networks so that women can exchange fully and easily information and technical advice across their regions.
As these networks reveal, while good progress is being made in many parts of the world, there remain practical, social, and cultural obstacles to be overcome, and there are very significant regional differences in the level of acceptance achieved by women in shipping. WOMESA, the Association for Women in the Maritime Sector in East and Southern Africa, draws its members from 24 different countries. Its current chairman is Meenaksi from Mauritius, who works in her country's maritime administration. She pays tribute to the part played by IMO in helping to develop her career.
Thanks to IMO, I have been able to go to the World Maritime University to pursue my postgraduate studies in maritime affairs, specializing in shipping management, which was also very important for me because it helped me to understand so many things about the industry and encouraged me to pursue my career in the maritime administration.
Nancy Karigithu has risen to become Director General of the Kenya Maritime Authority. She graduated from the International Maritime Law Institute, another IMO establishment, and also greatly values the influence of WOMESA.
We are very few at the top, and this is very encouraging. We've built a network that is very supportive of one another and also aims and is working towards demystifying the maritime sector for young girls, the future female workers of the maritime industry. So we've started mentorship programs across the board, and this we believe is going to be very instrumental.
But Nancy also recognizes the challenges that still lie ahead.
It's cultural, it's social, and a bit of it, or to a great extent, is the ignorance. Maritime careers are not very well known. It's a sector open to a very few people. So we need to spread the message, and that's why we are targeting schools so that the young people, as they are going through the school system, they know that the maritime sector is a career option.
It is a point that is echoed by Geraldine Knatz, Executive Director of the Port of Los Angeles.
I really think that in order to get more women into the maritime sector, we really have to reach them when they're in college. I was exposed to the port while I was in college. I never really thought about a career in a seaport. Like most people, I didn't think about seaports. You know, you just go shopping and you don't think about how the stuff gets there.
Normita, a port operations manager in Mauritius, agrees that the maritime industries would benefit from a higher profile, but she also detects clear signs that things are changing for the better.
I was lucky enough to be employed as manager of port operation. Actually, I'm the first woman in Mauritius and at the Port Authority to have such a post. And it's a sign that the management, you know, there's a change in the mindset.
It's a similar story elsewhere in the world. In Norway, for example, Brigitte Leoden, General Secretary of Young Ship International, also feels things are changing for the better.
I believe that there is quite a strong shift. I think there are more women coming into the industry now, so we just need to welcome them in a good way. I also think that within all parts of the world, women are taking on a stronger role, kind of requiring more space. So I think that we will also naturally and organically see more female leaders in the future.
There are undoubtedly more and more women making their presence felt in areas such as policymaking, regulation, management, finance, and the promotion of shipping. Few women in shipping enjoy a higher profile or greater responsibility than Mary Landry, a Rear Admiral in the United States Coast Guard. As District Commander, Rear Admiral Landry is responsible for U.S. Coast Guard operations covering 26 states, more than 1,200 miles of coastline, and 10,300 miles of inland waterways. She too recognizes the importance of IMO's work in helping the industry to welcome more women into its ranks.
Globally, I think that leadership role is important also to think about the next generation of maritime leaders, whether the maritime employees or leaders, whether you are on a ship, on shore, doing support work in a port, no matter what you do, shipping is so vital to our global economy. And I think it's important as a leader, IMO is a leader in the world and have done a tremendous job. They need to also be a leader in preparing that next generation, and that next generation should be women and men.
More women are also finding their way into seafaring careers. Although this still remains a very difficult sector of the industry for women to make their way in, not just because of the entrenched traditions that still prevail, but also for a host of practical reasons that are not easily overcome. Kirsteen Roberts, a second officer with Fastad Shipping, finds male colleagues generally receptive to her presence on board ship.
I do find that guys are actually very supportive of having a female on board because it gives them a little bit more diversity and mellows them down a little bit from their male environments. So I think it's really positive to get some more females into seafaring.
There is no doubt that increasing opportunities for women to serve at sea would be beneficial for so many sectors of the industry. And just as society as a whole benefits from the full and active participation of women in the work environment, so does the shipping industry benefit from their wholesale integration into the workforce.
This year marks the 25th anniversary of the establishment of a special programme for women in development, the integration of women in the maritime sector through IMO. And we can safely say that empowering women fuels thriving economies across the world. It spurs growth and development, and it benefits every single stakeholder in the global maritime community.